Hey folks, so I've been studying the ancient Egyptian maps here. Like this is the 5,500-year-old Hierakonpolis map from Hierakonpolis, Nechen, Egypt, and so it shows. It seems to be that the Outer Hebrides is just shown as like this kind of club that he's holding, and that Britain is holding, and then Britain's other hand is holding Ireland, Hebrides and Hibernia, and so and this is the arm. Like this is just seems to be a better image, better photo than the other ones. So you can see like the arm here is Argyle, and the three hostages are Ulster, Connacht, and Munster. And so yeah, like it seems that that Ulster's two arms here, here's his head that that Argyle's grabbing, which is it seems to be that the red hand of Ulster is, which is a famous Celtic tradition, is Britain seemingly as Finn McCool or some kind of giant, god giant person, seemingly the same as the Egyptian version, the 5,500-year-old one. But this, in the Celtic tradition, it's even specifies his hand. So his hand is supposed to be the that he was trying to become Lord of Ireland, and it was a battle between him and another. It was a race between him and another giant, and so it was getting close, and then he cut off his hand and threw it, because it was like whoever touches it with Ireland with your hand first is the Lord of Ireland. So he was, almost, it was too close. So I think this, based on this image of it, this painting of the red hand of Ulster, it would make it seem that this would be his hand that's throwing his other hands. This would be this hand throwing the hand, which is these reddish mountains here, and also this shape of the coastline, which is like the thumb of the red hand of Ulster, and then the fingers. And but if there's the other giant that's he's competing with, in this it looks like maybe it would be Aaron, but I'm not sure how specific this painting is. But chances are it would be referring to Galloway here. That somehow Galloway would represent that arm of some rival claimant, if it is that specific, because Galloway is almost as close to Ulster as Argyll, like less than twice as far. So and these are the places that, it was Galloway and Ayrshire around here that a lot of the Ulster Scots came from, that settled Ulster in the 1600s. Whereas prior to that, Ulster had been heavily settled by Scots from Argyll and basically this whole area. And so in this, with the close-up of it or whatever, with this crisp photo, it becomes clear that his harness that he's holding the three hostages is, is whales. And so, it has the skinnier part here, which is this part, northern Wales or whatever. And then, pretty sure this whole thing is Wales. I don't know, basically. And then, like, just the shape of this is, it fits quite well there. And then this whole, like, Cornwall and Devon would both be his, both of his legs would be subsumed into Cornwall and Devon here, and this would be, the kind of slight indent there, I guess, would be there, and this would probably be this foot, and then at the end would be this foot. And so I'm not sure if there's anything meant to go on the back, like here, if this line signifies anything over here. Maybe that, like, it's seeing like the harness attaches through right here, so it somehow relates to these contours. But I don't know. It seems that these are basically this guy's butt cheeks, or like, that's Britain's butt cheeks, are these two, basically, Dover and I forget what they call this area, but yeah, it's funny that London is inside the butthole right there. So if the Irish are pissed that the ancients put them as, like, vassals of Britain, just be glad that London is like the butthole of Britain, I guess. I don't know. That might be some consolation. So anyway, but Ulster's hands here are, this part right here, that little peninsula around Derry and around Derry City and or Londonderry if you prefer. I don't care too much. But and then the other one I think might be Island McGee. I'm not totally sure, but I think Island McGee is right here, so it's kind of a peninsula basically that comes out. Yeah, so here it is. It's like there's Loch Larne Lake or whatever, and then this Island McGee is the peninsula that comes up. So that it's right around here. So I think that's probably this hand. I don't know how, like, specific the contours of it are really, but that's the best I can find for this hand. Yeah. Larn Loch, I guess. I don't know how to pronounce that. I think that's what it is. And so, yeah, this is the other hand that's near Derry, Londonderry. So there's probably a name for that peninsula. I'll try to find out. Near Limavady a bit. And kind of between County Londonderry and County Donegal. Republic, border between the Republic and Northern Ireland. So Yeah, it seems that this same tradition was like carried on like by the Celts, and this Red Hand of Ulster thing, it's fits exactly for this, that this is Finn McCool. This is a 5,500-year-old painting of Finn McCool, the giant, who is Britain. This is Argyll, and this is basically the Red Hand of Ulster right there. So it's like, um, and like in Finn McCool means white, and the Briton figure in the Book of Two Ways of Jehudi Hotep is referred to as Skemi, which means white-haired, gray-headed man, i.e., to have lost blackness. So, and it doesn't even, I don't even know if, I don't even think hair is part of the word. So it basically really just means white, but it's taken to mean white-haired and gray-headed, whatever. So basically, it's the same name as Finn McCool, or as Finn, which means white, and then also the same name as the Greek name for Britain, which is Albion, meaning white. And that was, the Scots themselves referred to Scotland as Alba based on that etymology. And let's see. So he's called, in the Book of Two Ways, Britain is called the white-haired one, or the white or gray one. See, I think this might refer to Madagascar, because Madagascar is right where Afro-Eurasia's knees are, like Osiris's knees, I think. So this website claims that gray-haired ones means baboons, but you can never trust like the interpretations of modern people on really anything ancient, especially Egyptian. So gray-haired ones are bending their arms for me. So I think this is not about baboons. This is about this. This is about the arms of the gray-haired one, the white one, Finn, Albion, Alba. And because that's, for people sailing through here, or these maps are, these traditions are for sailors basically. And so you got to focus on all these arms of Britain. Like Ireland hardly matters because it's pretty smooth coastline. So it's Britain that's why I think Britain is the Lord of Ireland in this context, is just because in the sea between them, most of the peninsulas, or basically all the peninsulas, are British as opposed to Irish. So I don't necessarily think it has any political implications or anything. Scam, the gray-haired god, to be old and gray. Oh. Okay. So maybe that's his name, is how you pronounce it, Skami. Britain's name in ancient Egyptian. But there was also another quote where it said, gray-haired one, bend your arm for me, just singular. I don't know if I have it open, but yeah, so that, I think that all refers to Britain and all these peninsulas, which is what sailors need to know when they're sailing through. They could, sail through here. They'll see the red hand of Ulster and Antrim. They'll see the, severed stump of arm and Kintyre, and they know which way to go. Let's see. This one I was already showing, but I just wanted to. I didn't say. I noticed I watched the video and I hadn't said the name of the actual island. So this was Jamaica, and so I guess to be this, if it is this, which I don't know what else it can really be, but basically it would have to be, maybe tilted at an angle, because like this part really doesn't fit much at all. But yeah, I guess imagine this at least tilted up at a different angle and pretty stylized. And then with this as his horn being this, whatever seamount this is. And so this is Britain in Britain and Ireland in the Book of Two Ways of Jehudi Hotep. So with this one, north is down and south is up, basically. And, it's very reconfigured from the 5,500-year-old version. But it retains certain elements, like the fact that he's holding something. In this case, it's Ireland instead of the Outer Hebrides. And, the fact that, even his position with his legs, even though it's hard to know what his legs signify in this. Maybe his legs include, I think his legs probably include the Outer Hebrides in this, as at least one of his legs there. But yeah, this fits with, there's a text that I think refers to the, like in here it refers to the four gods who rose up out of Uto, who I think is the same as Wadjet or Uadjet, and which might be Europe or part of Europe that basically Britain was born from when the sea level rose, because Britain used to be, part of the mainland. So there's one part that refers to the the falcon that rose out of Uto. So that could refer somehow to this avatar's face that looks maybe somehow like a falcon. I don't know, but falcons, I think they wouldn't have ears. But it's interesting, like the four gods that rose up out of Uto, because in the Fenian cycle, the Celtic tradition about Finn McCool, there's some parts about the there's some parts where there's four. They call the four children of Nida or something. I forget what's the name of their parents, or either mother or father or whatever. And I don't know, it seems to parallel, and then it says that they become hostages. So that could fit with the that earlier avatar where Ireland is like hostages of Britain. Also, Niall of the Nine Hostages is connected to the Fenian cycle about Finn McCool. And so in that one, like all of the British Isles is divided into like a bunch of different hostages. So that could be another avatar somehow. Um, and so it's like, and the major overlap here, I guess, is that his arm is central to it, and that his arm is at least, that he's holding Ireland, even if Ireland is in a completely different shape here. Um, so it's that arm that is the kind of important part for sailors in this, system. Nagua. So yeah, here's this waterway in Inagua, which might delineate the arm, one of the arms of the avatar pertaining to it. Let's see if I can do that. Probably not. It's like when I get like, I don't know, technology sucks. It like, once I have photos open for any amount of time, I can't close them. The whole thing just crashes. So I had to like crash the whole like app or whatever it is and then like reopen it. But I'm not trying to do that right now. So I'll just keep them open. So yeah, there's West Africa. And oh yeah, I should show. I did a better, found a better photo of this at least to show. So I'll show that in a later video. But well, let's see. What one thing that I don't know if I have it on the screen here, but oh yeah, and this one I'm still not entirely sure what the legs are. If it's this and this, or this and go nave, or maybe even this and that. Hard to know. But oh yeah, I found out that Rosetau, which is usually translated to be the underworld, but sometimes translated to mean Giza in ancient Egypt, actually seems to have been their name for the Pacific Ocean, and which included, Australia. I'm not sure if is that